Hello everyone, myself Rashmi Arora, Assistant Professor Pharmacology, welcomes you all to the YouTube channel of Chameli Devi Institute of Pharmacy, Indore. Today we are going to continue with gonadal hormones and inhibitors in part 2. In part 1, we have discussed the follicle stimulating hormone as well as gonadotrophin releasing hormones, analogs and their inhibitors. Now moving forward, we are now discussing luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is same as follicle stimulating hormone in nature, like it is also a glycoprotein. It is also released from the anterior lobe of the pituitary. However, it regulates the gonadal steroid production. However, luteinizing hormone is clinically not available. Human chorionic gonadotrophin hormone has the similar actions as of luteinizing hormone. They increases the progesterone production in females and testosterone production in males, and they are used in treatment of infertility in both the sexes. However, it precipitates the puberty in men where this is delayed. HCG is mainly used for the diagnostic purpose and sometimes in the treatment of fertility to induce the ovulation. It is not devoid of adverse effects, although they are not very serious, like headache and depression. Now we are coming down to the different analogs of gonadotrophins like estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. First we are taking up the estrogens. Let us see about the pharmacological role of estrogen. As we all know that estrogen controls the secondary sexual characteristics in females mainly. It helps in the development of endometrium. That is why it has the role in menstrual cycle, and also it helps in giving the more density to bones in females. That is why deficiency when arises of estrogen, it may lead to osteoporosis. Apart from that, if we talk about the central nervous system related functions, it improves the cognition behavior in females. It helps in adjustment of body temperature. In the cardiovascular system, it helps to the heart from cholesterol, and it is also responsible for the breast growth and induces the feeding function. It controls the production of cholesterol. It improves the density of bones and also prepare the uterus for monthly menstrual cycle and for pregnancy as well. Estrogen, as we all know and discussed in the part 1, that they are available in natural form in 3 isoforms: estradiol, estriol and estrone. Along with that, synthetic estrogens are also available like ethinyl estradiol and mastrenol. They are available in oral, intramuscular and transdermal preparations. However, transdermal preparations are much safer as compared to the oral and intramuscular preparations. In oral, we have micronized form of preparations and conjugated estrogens. And transdermal preparations, we can put the patch on trapezius muscle beneath the shoulder point on the back side, and the estrogen gets released very slowly and take up its actions. Now they are used in hormone replacement therapy, primarily in the hypogonadism and also in premature ovarian failure, and it has a role in menopause as well. As we have discussed, that transdermal preparations are also available for estrogens in estradiol form. That transdermal preparation patch is helpful in contraception. Then it is useful in osteoporosis like conditions and atrophic vaginitis. Adverse effects of estrogen are on the higher sides and somewhat serious kinds. Like initially if we start, then vomiting and nausea like feelings appear. Then thromboembolism problems arises with the use of repeated estrogens. Myocardial infarction can occur. long-term use of estrogens lead to breast cancer, endometrial cancer, and also the postmenopausal uterine bleedings. However, the cancers can be controlled with the help of diethyl stilbestrol, especially the cervical and vaginal cancers. Now coming down to the second analog, second hormone, that is progestin. Let us see the physiological roles of progestin. Progestin is mainly responsible for maintaining the pregnancy, usually given in the first trimester period, and they are often combined with estrogen in various formulations to counterbalance the harmful effects of estrogen. Like estrogen causes the cancer, but with the use of progestin combination, we can delay that cancer, or we can avoid that cancer development. Along with that, progestin has a very confined role in central nervous system because it helps in the growth of nervous system tissues. It aids in cognition, improves and sharpens the memory part of female, and however it is not well evidenced, but still it can be helpful in preventing the epilepsy. Also, if the level of progesterone falls, naturally they are available as progesterone and 17 alpha hydroxyprogesterone. Synthetic preparations are various. Some of them are androgenic, like norethindrone, and some of them are less androgenic, like norgestimate and desogestrel. Apart from that, hydroxyprogesterone, medroxyprogesterone are also available, which can be given intramuscularly as well as orally. They can be used as contraceptives and in hormone replacement therapy. They can be used as combined oral contraceptive preparations along with the estrogen, and in case of postcoital contraception, they are very helpful. They can control dysmenorrhea like conditions and dysfunctional uterine bleedings, also endometriosis. Progestins are also posing some side effects like edema and depression. Along with that, some androgenic side effects may appear with the increased level of progestin in the body, like hirsutism, unwanted hair growth, pulmonary embolism, unnecessary weight gain, acne production on face, and increase the ratio of LDL to HDL. Bad cholesterol rises up in the body. Also, thrombophlebitis in the vein. So this is about the part 2. We will continue our gonadal hormone pharmacology in part 3 as well. Till then, stay with us. Thank you.